Good morning from Tokyo, everybody. The next 10 days are going to be super exciting because today we start shooting a SmugMug film. I've been a huge fan of SmugMug films for years, and they've been creating a series of beautiful videos highlighting their favorite photographers all over the world. And the big news is that Naomi and I are next on their list. As I promised though, but first, coffee. And in Japan, there are so many different ones to choose from. I'm gonna go ahead and buy coffee for the whole team, and since I've been coming to Japan a lot, I actually can pick pretty good ones for everybody based on their coffee preferences. So I'm gonna pick up 3 Georgia European Reds. These are really dark, just a little bit sweet, and 1 Gold Boss, which is just as dark, but a little bit sweeter. Coffees have been delivered. Time to meet the team. Anton, Kevin,
how you doing?
And you guys already know Naomi. Plus, a shitload of production gear, as usual, but it all fits into this tiny minivan. On the way to Fuji Yoshida, we just decided to stop next to some beautiful scenery here for some Phantom 3 footage. So right now it's just in calibration mode, and we're hoping to get some of the scenery that we can use to cut to later. For the next 10 days, you're gonna see us get tons of B-roll. That's gonna be flying footage, time lapses, rail shots, all sorts of stuff, and that starts right now. Goodbye, buddy, good luck. Flying in direct sunlight is never easy. Get tons of glare on the screen, and thankfully, they make these really professional looking hoods. As you can see, Anton does not own one of these professional hoods. So he's using a hoodie. Actually, it's a Smuggy. Drive and drone flight was successful. Now we just arrived in Fuji Yoshida. Step 1 was repack and leave behind all the gear that I'm not going to be using tonight. It was a lot of gear. Step 2, we're going to go visit one of the most beautiful vantage points in all of Japan. Here's an example of that spot during golden hour. I shot this a few years ago. Here's that same location during a twilight and blue hour, and you can see it gives it a completely different feel. This has become one of the most popular images in my entire portfolio. Now remember, this is a film about my photography and lifestyle, so I'm not actually shooting this location again, I'm just making it look like I am shooting it. So we're mocking the whole thing so we can tell the story. Which means I only need 1 camera. I really wish my bag was like this all the time. It's so light right now. Time to head up to the pagoda to see if this shot still exists. It's massively busy here, but it's still pretty. We are way down here by the parking lot, and that pagoda is way up there. So that's pretty damn far. Anton has a pretty cool setup. He has a gimbal attached to a monopod, and he's doing reveals of Mount Fuji through the cherry blossoms. Check that out. While the view of Mount Fuji was really nice, check out the view behind us. Little busy. When I used to shoot here 3 or 4 years ago, I might encounter 15 people within a few hours. There were no festivals like this. It's getting a little out of hand. Long way up so far. What do you think, Naomi?
It's a lot of stairs.
Still a long way to go. Once again, Anton mastering the reveal shots of Fuji through the trees. You know it becomes a heavily visited destination when there's free pagoda Wi-Fi. We have 3 days to film here to attempt to get the shot. Looking like it doesn't have a lot of people, that it's not super busy. So let's play fantasy versus reality. Fantasy, pagoda, perfectly blooming cherry blossoms. What could be better than that? Unfortunately, everybody seems to know it. So that's the best shooting area, and you can see it's already taken over hours before sunset. This is no lie. When I got my portfolio shots, I might have seen 15 people the entire day up here, and nobody really knew about it. Now there's a viewing platform, it's out of control. One more time, fantasy, Mount Fuji, perfect cherry blossoms, and a beautiful red pagoda. And reality time. I don't even know what to say. They've even built a fenced-in viewing platform. We'll have to see how this project goes, and this place was so serene and peaceful, it makes me sad to say this, but honestly, after this, I may never come here again. So it's kind of an absolute failure up at the pagoda, so we did the only logical thing. Decided to order a really small portion of sushi. And if that's not enough, there's plenty more where that came from. I don't know, guys. Do you think we should order more food? Yeah, I don't know. I think these, I don't know. I don't think we had enough. It's a lot of plates. Or not enough. All right, Fuji Yoshida, day 2. Rain is clearing up. Check it out. Those clouds are rolling through. They're moving really fast. Wind's cranking, and believe it or not, behind those clouds right there, hidden somewhere, is Mount Fuji. We're gonna go ahead and head up there. Same spot as yesterday, but we're gonna see if the crowds are manageable today. For editing continuity, I'm actually gonna be wearing the same exact clothes, so we can cut it all together. And this time, though, I'm gonna be bringing a lot more gear with me, just in case we find a spot. Here we are again. Check it out. It's super windy up here, but it looks great. Mount Fuji's still hiding behind some clouds, but it looks like those are going to blow through. Other huge advantage is that we were able to get all the cameras set up. Hi, Naomi.
Hello.
We definitely have the multiple camera setup solved, so now it's time for some drone follow footage. And who's being followed? Me. I do trust Anton. But we all laugh. But I should also mention that the wind's blowing like 30 to 40 kilometers an hour, so let's see how this goes. Sorry I had to mute those 2 clips, but the wind was causing a negative effect on the mic. The follow footage went pretty well. I think we're going to do some more. Once again, we're at the sushi train place, and we kind of have this crazy idea. We want to know what's going on behind the scenes. Basically, we're going to take this GoPro. Anton, are you sure? Yes. Kevin, sure. We're going to take this GoPro, and we're going to put it on the sushi train and see what happens. What we're thinking is this conveyor belt goes all the way through multiple sides, and we want to see how far this thing's going to make it. All right, so it's recording, and we're going to put it right on the conveyor belt. Good luck, buddy.
What did they say?
The waitress brought it back to us. It's another beautiful day. The foothills of Mount Fuji, which there's not really any foothills, it just kind of sticks out of the ground. But we're checking out the lakes and looking for some more B-roll shots. Right now we're kind of looking at the potential of this little bridge with the lake and Mount Fuji in the background. Yeah, I think that's going to look great. But I'm going to go ahead and check out the other side too. It's super windy today, but it's awesome. Look how beautiful Mount Fuji looks. So clear. More B-roll time. I think the exterior car B-roll was a little bit more intuitive than this setup.
Wide.
This is a little funny. Naomi, can you explain what's happening here?
We're gonna get the GoPro set up on the steering wheel, so it's sort of in motion.
It's gonna keep moving. Let's see if it works.
Hopefully you can see you.
This is so ridiculous. So now the plan is I'm gonna drive, Kevin is gonna take shots out of the door, and Anton is gonna look for opportunities to toss the drone out the window. What could possibly go wrong?
Make sure no cameras fall. Oh god. Wait, I'm not sure if I'm recording.
Are you serious?
Hanging trees. I don't think you need the hanging. I'm trying to look back at the car. Gotcha. Like a selfie stick.
Like a giant selfie stick?
So, please don't try this at home. This is a really bad idea.
Only in Japan.
Back in the bamboo forest again. This time, no rain. And we brought the Smug Mug film team with us. What do you guys think of this place?
It's amazing.
Pretty amazing, right?
Freaking cool.
Yeah.
Way emptier than I thought.
Hell yeah. As you guys can see, I've decided to frame the videographer on the left for composition reasons. I'm not saying Kevin doesn't make an awesome subject in here, but it should look more like this. Yeah, that'll do it. I think we've wrapped up A-roll. Now it's time for some more B-roll and quite a creative GoPro trick. The plan is to put a GoPro on the tripod facing back towards the camera and then to walk around and give a different perspective. Naomi's going to be walking around with the tripod, so I'll show you guys kind of what that perspective looks like, though it's hard to tell until we look at the footage. It's a little crazy, but this is what it looks like on my perspective. I'm just walking around and spinning this guy around, doing some cool stuff. Cool. Here's Naomi's perspective. I think it's going to be pretty cool. We have to find a way to show you guys all this footage. Good morning from Kyoto and the Fushimi Inari Shrine. We are continuing with the Smug Mug film, this time doing a massive amount of B-roll. Well, no, that's every time. These torii gates are all put together so massively that the GoPro video that we tried in the bamboo forest looks awesome in here, so I'm just doing a bunch of spins like this. And here's the best I could do to show you what the GoPro actually sees when I spin around. It's pretty wild, but it looks pretty cool. So basically we've already completed all the A-roll, which is all the stuff we really need. Now we're just looking for cool places where some B-roll gives us additional footage to cut in later. Kevin's been filming with this awesome 3-axis gimbal. I've been getting a lot of questions about it. So it is the Kame TV 3-axis gimbal. You guys can find it by searching it. It's awesome. One of the cool benefits of shooting before sunrise is when you're done shooting and you're leaving, you get to see the city wake up. Pretty soon this is going to be a bustling market street. But right now, they're just preparing for the crowds. Naomi, do you want to explain what's going on here? What are you doing up there?
We're making movie magic.
This is movie magic. It's movie magic, guys. We all may have differing opinions of what makes movie magic, but this is actually kind of cool. We are at Osaka Castle, and check this out. This is the first time I've ever visited Osaka Castle outside of cherry season, so can you believe that just 2 weeks ago, all of this green was nothing but cherry blossoms? That's wild. The goal is to kind of use this for background B-roll of us standing here and walking by. You can see the guys back there. Hey guys. Whoop. We just checked into the Osaka Airport Hotel and we're about to drop off our rent-a-car, which I gotta say, had a lot of stuff. There's my stuff, Naomi's stuff, Anton's stuff, more of Anton's stuff, some of Kevin's stuff. That's a lot of stuff. It's midnight. I'm doing 30 paragraphs of voiceover. Are we at 30 yet? And wait, let's see how they have their camera set up. This is professionalism in action. We have a camera linked to audio, we have empty beers, and what is that? Is that a beer can tripod? Time to say goodbye to Japan. Kansai Airport.
On to Italy.
But on the plus side, lounge invited. Gotta love that. Gotta hand it to Japan. Even at the airport, you can find beer in the vending machine and coffee. More importantly though, beer. This whole time during production, Kevin's been begging for a dolly, and I think he found one. How is it? All right, keep going.